For 14 months, insiders reportedly questioned whether Ryan Reynolds was even a safe bet for Hollywood anymore. Then, in 90 seconds on D23 stage, that entire narrative allegedly got erased. But reportedly, what looked like a redemption story might actually be something a lot colder. A calculated 3-year comeback, allegedly engineered down to the last Easter egg. Let's get into it. Fire. Hey everyone, welcome back, it's Amelia Brown. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you're new, because today's story is about to change how you see that D23 moment everyone was celebrating. Quick disclaimer. Everything here is based on reports, insider claims, and clips already circulating publicly. Nothing officially confirmed. Here's the backdrop first. Reportedly, between early 2025 and May 2026, the legal situation surrounding Ryan's wife generated exactly the kind of headlines that make studio executives nervous. Insiders allegedly say Paramount quietly dropped 3 separate projects tied to Ryan's own company, and the phrase reportedly circulating in industry rooms was that Ryan had accumulated baggage. For 14 months, allegedly, there was a genuine question sitting inside multiple studios about whether Ryan Reynolds was still worth the risk. And then on August 14, 2026, at the loudest D23 crowd of the summer, all of that reportedly disappeared in 90 seconds. That's the moment we're breaking down today. And reportedly, once you see how it was allegedly built, you may never watch it the same way again.
Sense of divorce from that kind of rabid, frothy-mouthed, sort of psychotic level of competition. One thing that has never changed. There are a few key things I think that we actually don't have in common but help each other with. Felt incredibly emotional. I mean, I kind of broke down on the way home.
This clip reportedly opens with something raw. Someone allegedly admitting they kind of broke down on the way home, describing 14 brutal months stretching from early 2025 to May 2026. On the surface, it sounds like vulnerability, but reportedly, once you already know what was allegedly happening behind the scenes, the dropped Paramount deals, the baggage whispers, the real fear his career could be over, this isn't just an emotional moment. It's reportedly the only piece of raw honesty in an otherwise perfectly stage-managed comeback. And that's what makes it so uncomfortable. If Ryan allegedly knew exactly how close he was to losing everything reportedly, then everything that came after wasn't just performance. It was reportedly survival, dressed up as confidence. Reportedly, when the only real tears in the whole story happen off camera on a drive home, allegedly, everything you saw on stage afterward was the mask going back on.
Kevin, hey D23. Hope you're all having a great time. I just wanted to check in.
Dude, they've got like 28 people. Why are they holding their head up?
Because we're the golden ones. We're special. We gotta follow the f***ing script.
I'd love to join. And I don't know, I might be able to convince Ryan to appear in Avengers Doomsday. But no pressure. I hate you so much, man.
Here's reportedly where the story turns cold. On stage at D23, Hugh Jackman jokes he might be able to convince Ryan to appear in Avengers Doomsday, but no pressure. And the crowd allegedly reads it as spontaneous banter between two friends. But reportedly, nobody stumbles into a Marvel D23 confirmation. That appearance was allegedly choreographed down to the joke. And here's the part that reportedly makes it devastating instead of just clever. Weeks earlier, allegedly at San Diego Comic-Con, Ryan had already shown up in a brand new gray Deadpool suit, quietly walking the floor in costume like an ordinary cosplayer before revealing himself. Reportedly, the suit's Pantone code, 91963, was allegedly a direct nod to X-Men issue number 9 from 1963, the exact comic where the X-Men first crossed paths with the Avengers. If that's accurate, Ryan had reportedly already planted the crossover Easter egg in public, weeks before anyone convinced him of anything. So when Jackman allegedly jokes about needing to talk Ryan into it, reportedly that's not friendship, that's allegedly a script. The entire convincing was over before it began, because Ryan had reportedly already committed himself to the story publicly, on his own terms, long before Marvel's cameras ever rolled. Reportedly, you can't be convinced into something you've already announced yourself. Allegedly, the only person being fooled in that moment was the audience. And here's reportedly the line that ties it all together. Someone else entirely, allegedly joining this same MCU expansion, says they'd been talking for years and finally found the perfect film at the perfect time, with characters they care very deeply about. Warm words. Reportedly, exactly the kind of language a studio uses to make a calculated business decision sound like fate. But timing is reportedly everything here. This perfect time allegedly arrives at the exact moment Ryan needed a career-saving redemption arc, at the exact moment Marvel needed a flashy D23 moment to distract from months of quiet industry doubt, and at the exact moment a much bigger, multi-year expansion plan reportedly needed new faces to sell it to the public. If that's accurate, perfect timing wasn't a coincidence at all. It was reportedly the entire point. Reportedly, when the perfect time for everyone lines up this precisely, allegedly, it was never about timing. It was about a plan that had already been finished for months.
Kevin and I have been talking for years about maybe joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think we finally found the perfect film at the perfect time with characters I care very deeply about.
Now here's reportedly where this stops being about one cameo and becomes something much colder. Weeks after D23, Ryan reportedly announced a fourth solo Deadpool film at Fanatics Fest. And insiders allegedly note you don't lock in a fourth installment for a character you're quietly phasing out. You lock it in reportedly because you've already mapped a trajectory years in advance. Multiple reports allegedly describe Deadpool's actual role in Doomsday as more of a setup than a centerpiece, a meaningful but not dominant presence, with his real significance reportedly saved for Avengers, Secret Wars in 2027, where sources allegedly say his role becomes dramatically larger. If that's accurate, the emotional D23 convincing wasn't the beginning of Ryan's comeback at all. It was reportedly just the public-facing opening scene of a 3-year rollout that had already been fully written. Reportedly, you don't announce a sequel for a character you're easing out. Allegedly, you only do that when the ending was decided before the story even started. And here's reportedly the part almost nobody wants to say directly. Hugh Jackman is 57. The MCU's new X-Men cast, reportedly announced at that same D23 event, is a full generation younger. Sadie Sink at 24, Kit Connor at 21. Marvel has reportedly confirmed Jackman in Doomsday and positioned him in Secret Wars, but has not confirmed whether his Wolverine appears anywhere near the new 2028 X-Men film. Insiders allegedly describe this as a pattern that increasingly looks like a farewell arc, quietly constructed across 2 massive ensemble films before a new, younger actor reportedly takes over the role for good. If that's true, then Jackman's warm, joking D23 appearance, the one everyone allegedly celebrated as a fun reunion, was actually reportedly the beginning of his own exit being managed in real time, dressed up as a celebration so nobody would notice it was a goodbye. Reportedly, the sweetest send-offs are the ones disguised as reunions, allegedly, so nobody claps for the wrong reason until it's already over. There's reportedly one more thread tying this whole operation together. Adam Driver was reportedly cast as Mr. Sinister in the new X-Men film, a character whose entire comic mythology is allegedly built around an obsessive interest in the Grey and Cyclops bloodlines. Driver reportedly confirmed he and Kevin Feige had been discussing the right entry point for years. If the new X-Men film is genuinely being built around that bloodline, and Wolverine is reportedly being used across 2 Avengers films specifically to close out the old continuity, then Sinister becomes reportedly the connective tissue linking Jackman's ending to the next generation's beginning, casting that insiders allegedly called deliberate, with a long runway built in. Reportedly, when even the villain's casting is engineered to bridge 2 eras, allegedly, nothing about this comeback was ever left to chance. There's reportedly one more thread tying this whole operation together. Adam Driver was reportedly cast as Mr. Sinister in the new X-Men film, a character whose entire comic mythology is allegedly built around an obsessive interest in the Grey and Cyclops bloodlines. Driver reportedly confirmed he and Kevin Feige had been discussing the right entry point for years. If the new X-Men film is genuinely being built around that bloodline, and Wolverine is reportedly being used across 2 Avengers films specifically to close out the old continuity, then Sinister becomes reportedly the connective tissue linking Jackman's ending to the next generation's beginning, casting that insiders allegedly called deliberate, with a long runway built in. Reportedly, when even the villain's casting is engineered to bridge 2 eras, allegedly, nothing about this comeback was ever left to chance. Think about what it reportedly means if all of this really was engineered this precisely. It means fans who allegedly cried right along with that broke down on the way home line, who felt genuine relief watching Jackman convince Ryan on that D23 stage, were reportedly having a real emotional reaction to something that was allegedly built specifically to produce that reaction, and stretched across years of quiet planning to do it. That's reportedly not just clever marketing. That's allegedly using the audience's own empathy as the opening move in a 3-year, multi-film operation. Reportedly, the best executed comebacks are never caught in real time. Allegedly, they're only caught once someone finally lines up every clue and shows you exactly how deliberate it all was. So let's put it all together. From a private breakdown that reportedly reveals just how real the 14-month crisis actually was, to a D23 convincing that was allegedly scripted before it happened, to a hidden Comic-Con Easter egg planted weeks in advance, to a 4th Deadpool film that reportedly proves this was never just one cameo, to Hugh Jackman's farewell allegedly hiding inside a celebration, to a villain's casting reportedly engineered to bridge 2 entire eras of this franchise. These 3 clips and everything reportedly tied to them build one devastating picture of a comeback that was never as spontaneous as it looked. Now I want to know what you think. Do you believe Ryan Reynolds' D23 moment was genuine? Or was this whole redemption arc allegedly engineered from the start? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I read every single one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next update. This is Amelia Brown, and I'll see you in the next one.